Welcome, listeners, to tonight's episode of Echoes of Souls, where we dive into stories that lurk in the shadows and dwell in the moonlight. I'm your host, Curzed Akira, and tonight we're going to step into the world of the immortal, a world where darkness reigns, and the thirst for blood is eternal. Tonight's tale is a short one, but it will sink its teeth into your mind. Long after it's done, sit back, relax, and let yourself drift into the night. Our story begins in the small, sleepy town where the nights are long and the villagers whisper tales of old in hushed tones. They speak of a mansion deep in the woods where no one dares to go, especially after dark. Elena, a young woman of no more than 20 summers, had heard the tales all her life, but she didn't believe in monsters. She didn't believe in the old legends passed down from one generation to the next. What harm could a deserted mansion hold? On a cold, moonless night, her curiosity got the better of her. Wrapped in a long cloak, she ventured into the forest, following the narrow, twisting path that led to the heart of the woods. The mansion loomed ahead, its windows dark, its gates rusted and overgrown with vines. As she pushed the gates open, they groaned in protest. The wind seemed to whisper through the trees, almost as if it were trying to warn her. But Elena, determined and fearless, stepped inside. The air was thick with the scent of the decay. The floorboards creaked under her boots, and the darkness swallowed her whole. But as she lit a single candle, the flickering light revealed a room untouched by time, old but eerily pristine. That's when she felt it, the eyes on her, the silence of the room shifted, and she was no longer alone. "Welcome," a voice whispered from the shadows. "I've been waiting for you." Spun around her heart, hammering in her chest. There, emerging from the shadows, was a man, his skin pale as the moonlight, his eyes glowing like embers in the dark. "Who are you?" she asked, though she already knew the answer. "I am the last of my kind," he replied, his voice like velvet. And you, Elena, are here to set me free." Her mind raced. How did he know her name? She tried to step back, but her feet wouldn't move. She was frozen in place, as if the very air had turned into ice. "You see," he continued, "I have been cursed for centuries, cursed to dwell in this place, never aging, until someone like you, someone with your bloodline, came to me. And now you will help me break these chains." Elena felt a strange pull in her chest, a connection she couldn't explain. Her blood seemed to hum in her veins as if it were answering a call older than time itself. "No," she whispered. "I won't. I can't." But it was too late. The vampire moved faster than she could blink, his hand cold as death itself on her arm. His fangs gleamed in the dark candlelight. Before she could scream, he whispered one final word into her ear. "Mine?" The candle went out. The mansion felt silence once more, and in the town of Ravencroft, they said, on certain moonless nights, if you listen closely, you can still hear the faint whisper of her voice calling out from the shadows. And so, the legend of Ravencroft continues. Elena is gone, but the mansion still stands. Who knows? Who will wander into its halls next? Thank you for joining us for tonight's tale. If you dare, join us again next week for more stories that will chill your bones and keep you up at night. Until then, beware the darkness, for you never know what may be waiting in the shadows. Good night and sleep with one eye open. Thank you.